Muhammad from a historic perspective. You can get a couple of these types of books. This one. Feel free. I mean, whatever is of your interest. If you want to get more about Islam, the religion, then there is the Quran itself. Or what I would suggest is to start with this book. Kind of gives you a brief guide to everything.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's got pictures and it's colorful. I like it. Right?
So it's at my level. That's good. Yeah.
It's at my level. You're
dumbed down to me.
You just told me read history books. I'm sure your level is much higher than mine.
No, it's amazing because I've been trying to figure out the conflict which has been going on for so long, as you know, and from the Ottoman Empire, etc. to
yeah, I mean, if you
the two different sects, etc.
Yeah, if you look at the Shia-Sunni split, then this was originally more a political split. It wasn't a religious split.
And Sunni is far more prevalent.
More than maybe about 85%.
But yeah,
definitely, yeah.
What people don't understand, it's amazing. That's what I'm trying to understand. I have a Scottish heritage. What do I know, right?
Why
so
not?
I've been reading, not like a bill, not opinionated horse crap. I want the straight talk about it.
Facts, looking about historic evidence and all that.
It's so out of control.
So if we look at the Sunni-Shia split, originally there was only what we call the Jama'ah, right?
All right. Oh, I gotta go talk to the officer.
No problem. Take it with you. This is free.
Are you sure?
Yeah, free of charge, please.
Hi.
Have a good. It's all free. Yeah, we just, I mean. لا هذا القرآن ما عندنا كتب الحديث هنا لكن
ما في ولا قصص أنبياء
لا ممكن في المسجد إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله. أوكي شكرا.
حياكم الله. Beautiful dogs.
No, like the lack of knowledge is astonishing out there. And,
That's true.
And not understanding, like how different Iran is from Saudi
regular
Arabia,
Muslim countries. Yeah. So I was saying earlier there was only one Muslim body, and then there was a sect that deviated, and that's why Shia, the technical word, means sect. And the Sunni means Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. This is the main group, right?
But wasn't it a competition of who was the true representative? And Sunni is more adhering to the Quran, perhaps.
So originally there was no creedal difference.
Okay.
So originally it was just, and it wasn't in the early times like Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. There was no difference in that time. After that time, there was a rebel group, the ones that assassinated Uthman, and those were called Khawarij, and they are the ones that then morphed into what's called the Shia today. But they were more political rivals, right? Even Ali did not support them. Right? And then they became a sect, and then what happened is the Western powers, in order for political gain, tried to flame this between the Safavids and Ottomans,
That's the other thing. People don't understand what happened after World War I with
colonialism.
What the British did.
Exactly.
Making up stuff.
Thank you.
Taking the oil reserves of Iraq and making it Kuwait.
Right. And
almost creating Iraq from nothing.
Right. And I mean, the borders they made
crisscrossing through tradition and family.
It was meant for conflict, right?
Unbelievable.
So even if you look at the Kashmir issue, it's all because of the British, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pakistan too.
Kashmir. Yeah.
It's astonishing how much damage they did.
Yeah. And it was by design. Even when they look at countries like Iraq, they made it where it could not be one homogenous country, and that was the point, right? And that's why you have to look at, even if you look at colonialism in Northern Africa, right?
Yeah.
Till today, the French will walk into Mali. They could just walk into another country, so Commonwealth and the whole idea of keeping that.
There's so much, the colonialism that's caused the strife.
Yeah.
They didn't give it food about the Middle East until oil, and then
till today it's about oil. If you look at all the conflict in there, if you look at the whole like Syria, there's a chess game going on between Iran and Russia on one side, and the U.S. and allies on the other side, and Saudi, and the poor people, the regular living people, are the ones that suffer.
Oh, it's horrible what's going on there. And,
but that's why we like to build bridges and understanding, so people can differentiate between the politics and the religion itself, right?
It's too easy. It's intellectually lazy to just ascribe a certain characteristic to an entire people.
Right.
I mean, I have 5 sons. They're all completely different. How can I possibly ascribe
Excellent idea. Even if you look at your 5 fingers, they're not all the
Don't
same.
even look the same.
Wow.
Suspicious. I've never. Still haven't worked out how that happened.
You gotta have a conversation someday about that.
Yeah, I was like,
honey.
one looks like the mailman, one looks like the milkman. I was like,
which one was it?
yeah, I know. I was like, so, but they are completely different people, and it's so bizarre that people find it so easy to take like a. Well, like
1.6 billion Muslims and
Yeah,
say they're all the same.
There's a recent discussion about Homeland's 8th season coming up and how
Really?
they kind of made a distorted mess out of everything.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Depictions.
ratings, TV ratings,
Yeah.
Fox News, that's all they do. Right?
No, they love that.
Yeah.
God. No.
But that's the thing, educated people like yourself who like to read, who like to get past the, 10-second, hate clips and all that, this is what's going to fix society, right? And that's what we're out here trying to do, is to spread that message.
And not that you need my help by any means, but I'm
We
actually,
do.
because I'm I'm Scottish, German, French. I got nothing. Nothing of the Middle Eastern. But if I'm arguing on your behalf with my friends, it helps because it's not the expected source.
Excellent.
And
See, that's what we need. We need people like if you look at Hitler Germany at that time, Nazi Germany and Hitler, you wonder how come the other Germans didn't stand up against what was going on, right? If you look at the civil rights movement, a lot of the people who stood up that weren't black for the rights of African Americans, that's what we need today. I mean, today, because again, as you know from history, it's a cycle, right? So one day it'll be against the Japanese, one day it'll be against Russians. When I was growing up, it was all about commies, and Cuba was like this, hate land of, and then you realize that it's not like that. You see the regular people.
We have to be honest about, as Americans, our history with the way we treated the native. I'm 69, and yesterday was my birthday. And I was great.
You don't look it, man. I'm telling you. No, I'm serious.
But I was taught by Jesuits who are wonderful, Catholic, because they tell you to challenge authority, to question things, and that's why almost none of us who went through Jesuit high school are Catholic anymore, because we kept challenging.
You challenged it.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's bullshit. No, this stuff. So
it's very interesting. I studied a lot of Catholic theology, and if you look at a lot of the early Jesuits, you saw a lot of their belief was different from the Catholic Church today. And maybe they weren't able to express it, but they were able to install that, mindset in you to challenge it. Which is interesting.
No, and it's true. And there's passages in the Quran that you'd say, oh wow, that's really bad. Oh yeah, let me toss out a Bible. You want to talk about?
Oh man,
there's some passages about the most horrible things.
This is my Bible.
There you go. That's it. That's because it's if you get to literal interpretation, you're missing the whole point. The whole point.
And if a man beats his male or female servant with a rod, so that he dies under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive for a day or two, he shall not be punished, because he is his property.
I used that last week. When I beat my servant, it worked like a charm.
You lived for a day, it's okay. Right?
There you go. I made it to 69.
So, I mean, if you look at the Bible, and again, the Quran, you don't find any verse that is overtly brutal, because people don't understand the contents of the verse. If they take a verse about war, they skip the verse before and after, right?
Oh yeah, context is huge.
Exactly. If you look at
the people who crafted these things, they were not idiots. And and by the way, since it's from the year 700, it's a lot more contemporary than Bible passages.
That's true.
Which was largely handed down without being written, but
exactly. And if you look at the Bible, you don't have the original text, right? So I mean, if you look at Matthew and John and Luke,
and there's some missing books. And
they're missing, and then there's a different. Catholics have a different number of books, and the Protestants have different numbers of books, and then there are books that even the Catholics don't accept, and the Mormons have their own thing. Jehovah's Witnesses, they have their own thing. So
the Mormons are
interesting sect,
No, and the Scientologists.
Scientologists, that's just a cult. I'm sorry.
That's out of control.
Yeah.